Welcome to the Disney Scrapbook, where together we take a journey to explore Disney history from 50 years ago. My name is Nolan. Today I thought we'd take a look at the 1973 Disneyland record, The Sound of Christmas, catalog number DQ1348. This feature album was released as a response to the 1964 Disneyland record, Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House, DQ1257, which by December 7th, 1972 had become a gold-selling record for the Recording Industry Association of America, and was subsequently re-released in 1974, and in fact is still available today. The brainchild of the Walt Disney Music Company president, Jimmy Johnson, this album had been created to showcase the incredible and underappreciated Foley work, fashioned by Jimmy McDonald and the Walt Disney Studios Sound Effects Department. The Sound Effects Department at the Walt Disney Studios had been collecting all kinds of noises since 1927. Steamboat Willie, the world's first sound cartoon, was released in 1928 by the Walt Disney Studios and starred Mickey Mouse. This motion picture, along with each ensuing one that Walt Disney made, whether short subject or feature, animated cartoon or live action, contained numerous sound effects. Drawing upon this enormous library of sound, Disneyland Records produced the LP, with side 1 containing 10 stories in which Laura Alsher, whose writing and acting career began in radio, providing the deep, foreboding voice narration that establishes the situation. Then the sound effects take over and your imagination tells a story. Side 2 is a collection of sound effects grouped by category, which could be used to create personal stories and sound. Up until this point in 1964, the extensive Disneyland Records catalog had primarily been aimed for an audience of children aged between 3 and 8 years. The Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House LP was an attempt to break out of this mold and appeal to older children, teenagers and adults, with the idea that the sound effects will be used to host your own Halloween party. And indeed, the inner sleeve is full of party ideas that I know in the past my family has used. The Sounds of Christmas LP has a similar format, where on side 1, the father tells a story punctuated by sound effects that takes the listener through the family Christmas, and with side 2 containing sound effects to create your own Christmas story. The story is narrated by longtime studio employee turned actor Pete Renaday. Born in New Iberia, Louisiana, Pierre L. Renaday, who changed his name to the phonetic spelling, Renaday, in the mid-1970s, obviously after this record sleeve was published, having started as a messenger at the Disney Studios, and then working for the art props department. He simultaneously pursued an acting career. As this gained momentum, Disney allowed him to come and go as he needed, and he worked as a dialogue coach, assisting actors with their script readings, including Dean Jones in my favorite Disney film, The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit, and the children in the 1968 film, The One and Only Genuine Original Family Band. He performed small bit parts for Disney in the 1960s, including in 2 films that I have previously reviewed, in Barefoot Executive, where he played a policeman, and The $1 Million Duck, where he played the tax collector. I will leave a link to these reviews in the description below. He would go on to make frequent appearances in Disney films, but will become known for being the original voice of Master Splinter in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but is probably most recognized as the voices of Henry the Bear and Max the Stag in the Country Bear Jamboree attraction at Walt Disney World. An interesting detail about Renaday is that at times he has voiced Mickey Mouse. Jimmy McDonald, the voice of Mickey Mouse, asked Renaday to stand in for him at various functions. He became the voice of Mickey Mouse on Disneyland Records, mostly on records and cassettes, and was Mickey's voice for the short-lived 1972 TV series, The Mouse Factory. Renaday composed and sung the title song for this LP, The Sounds of Christmas, and Bob Brunner provided the arrangement. In the book Mouse Tracks by Tim Hollis and Greg Erba, Renaday retells the story of how this composition came about. Jimmy Johnson had called me in to do the album. I had a dream that night and the song ran through my head, so I jumped out of bed, grabbed the guitar and tape recorder, and played as much as I had in my head from the dream. When I got to work the next day, I wrote it all down except for the bridge. On this LP, in the character of the father, Renaday narrates the story of the family's Christmas, and also provides the voice of Santa Claus. Renaday's future wife and executive secretary for the Disney Music Department since 1958, Florence June Daniel, played the mother of the family. She appeared as a background singer on several Disneyland records. The daughter Jenny was played by 7-year-old child actress Dana Larita, who was at the studio recording for the tag-along Sister Bunny for Disney's animated feature Robin Hood. And Richie Sanders, who played Toby Tortoise in Robin Hood, played the son Johnny. I have previously reviewed Robin Hood, and will leave a link to that video in the description below. Side 1 contains The Sounds of Christmas, composed and sung by Pete Renaday. Track 2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, is sung by the carolers in the story, and previously used on the album 30 Favorite Songs of Christmas, and presumably sung by the Mike Sam Singers. Track 3, a version of Home Sweet Home, that had previously been recorded for the animated classic Lady and the Tramp by the Mellowmen, a barbershop quartet consisting of Bill Lee, Max Smith, Bob Stevens, and Phil Ravenscroft. Track 4 was used by Pete Renaday, who directed the album, as a favor to the conductor-arranger Bob Brunner, who had complained that Jimmy Johnson, director of Disneyland Records, had never used any of his parents' compositions. Hence, Francis R. Brunner and Barbara J. Brunner's bouncy composition, Here He Comes, was worked into the album. Bob and his sister had sung the song for the GIs in World War II. Robert F. Brunner, the arranger and conductor on this LP, was a talented musician born in 1938 and hired by Disney in 1963. As a child, on February 10, 1956, Bob appeared as a talent roundup guest on the Friday edition of the Mickey Mouse Club. Being a talented pianist and composer, at age 11, he organized a 20-piece dance band, which performed at proms, dances, and other functions in the LA area. In high school, he composed and arranged 7 musicals. At age 23, he was awarded a Young Musicians Foundation scholarship. Bob worked at Disney for 17 years, where he composed and arranged music for numerous TV shows and feature films. The longtime Disney sound effects wizard, Jimmy McDonald, started at the studios in 1935 and went on to create over 28,000 sound effects for 139 feature films and 335 cartoon shorts. This LP was made to highlight some of these, and Side 2 is entirely made up of over 100 sound effects, grouped together by category of sound to enable the listener to create their own Christmas story. We have bells, lofts, weather, toys, transportation, around the tree, around the fireplace, around the kitchen, around the house, and animal sounds. Also available was a companion book that contained both the LP script and the piano sheet music and lyrics to The Sound of Christmas, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Home Sweet Home, and Here He Comes, along with other seasonal songs and carols. This was an unusual LP for Disney and somewhat of an experiment. Thank you for listening. If you would like to listen to Disneyland Records The Sound of Christmas LP, DQ1348 for yourself. It is available on Discogs, Amazon, eBay, and your local used record store. If you enjoyed this type of 50th anniversary content, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. The Disney Scrapbook will be producing other 50th anniversary content throughout the year that will include reviews of Disney films, LPs, books, and Dreambook content. Thanks everybody for watching. See you again soon. TTFN. Good afternoon.